Alright. So just like previously before I go into my review of Stuber, if you guys could just check out my Patreon, please support. Artist, unemployed, does a lot of artwork, no one pays for me, help me, link below. Also have an eBay and Depop where I'm selling some shit, and also I have, an Etsy where I sell things. Might as well start selling my body soon. Anyway, if you want to help me out, I do a lot more than just complain about movies all the time. Alright, so, saw Stuber today, and it was a fun, dumb movie, It's not a movie to take seriously. It's a comedy, so it's like, alright, ease up, yeah, it's definitely one where, you put on, you can clean your house, while it's on, you can sit and, like, have fun with your friends and all that shit, like, you can have a good time just watching the hilarity of Dave Bautista being, like, the straight guy, but also, like, well, playing it straight, that's what I mean, playing it straight, and of course, Kumail Nanjiani just being him and just being really good, and you can tell, like, some moments were, like, ad-libbed, but it wasn't that, like, line-a-rama thing where you're like, oh, cool, we're, like, 3 minutes into the same fucking joke kind of thing. So, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed this one, I would still say it's a solid rental, like, there was actually people in this theater, unlike Midsummer, so it was kind of cool, other people laughing along, although there were two ladies over there who, felt the need to explain the jokes, like, after the joke happened, because, like, it'll happen, and then, like, they're talking to one another, just as loud as I am right now, like, thanks, they're, like, talking to one another, they're like, oh, because, that's what, yeah, I really don't like people. But anyway, I'm gonna go into spoilers, I guess. But yeah, 1, 2, 3 spoilers. So yeah, so the whole reason why Dave Bautista's character has to rely on Uber, is because, he got LASIK eye surgery, which I find is, like, such a great plot device. Like, older cop gets laser eye surgery. Cool. And so then, his daughter puts, like, Uber on like, his phone so he can, like, get a ride and stuff because he's got LASIK eye surgery. And it's funny because it's like he just got the surgery, and then he's just gonna chill and then go to, like, his daughter's, like, gallery opening. But of course, like, the big bad that he's been trying to catch for ages is, like, it's finally gonna happen now. So of course he's, like, blind and trying to, like, navigate the world. And Dave Bautista's, like, physical comedy is really good. His pratfalls, all that shit, he's really good at that. I guess after playing Drax for a bit of time, he's really good at just having that kind of humor. Whatchamacallit, but yeah, so of course his Uber driver ends up being Kumail Nanjiani. The movie's called Stuber because his character's name is Stu, and he drives Uber, and then his colleague, his boss guy, calls him Stuber because he's a prick. But yeah, he keeps wanting, like, he works at a sporting goods store, but he also drives Uber because we're in America, and in this economy, everyone needs 7 jobs. And I don't have any right now. Patreon. And so of course, like, if you're below 4 stars, like, you don't get to drive anymore, because why would you, like, if someone picks you up and their, like, rating is, like, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, so anything below a 4, and his rating keeps going down because of, like, stuff where, like, some of it's, like, out of his control, like, he almost, like, he has to, like, swerve to get out of the way, and then a lady, like, conks her head on, like, like, the window and stuff like that. Or, like, Dave Bautista accidentally, like, chooses Uber Pool, and so then these girls, like, come in, and he, like, yells at them, and then to get out, and then they give him a 1 star, because they're like, oh, big Andre the Giant guy yelled at us. And it's like, that sucks, because, he's invested this, like, money, like, to his friend's business, who he, like, has a thing for, and all that shit. But yeah, it's like one of those, like, they're both in like a shithole, and then like they come together, and then becomes like a buddy cop movie, even though he's not a cop, but it's a buddy cop movie. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole premise of the movie. There's nothing deeper than that. It's not like Midsummer, where stuff would happen, and you're like, you know, again, it's one of these comedies where, like, yeah, it's predictable, and you can kind of like figure out every beat of it, but it's one of these kind of comedies. So does it have to be complicated? You know, like it's not. This is not one of those like award-winning kind of movies you're looking forward to. Like, this is a silly comedy, you know. And my leg is itchy. There's so many mosquito bites on me. But yeah, like I said, it's a fun, dumb movie. I kind of wish that Paul wasn't busy so we could have seen this one, because I know he would have definitely enjoyed it, because there were a lot of really, really good jokes in there that I felt like I was the only one in the theater laughing at. I think it's that, like, that kind of, like, I don't know, like, to be like, as a smarter person, but, you know, like, sometimes there are, like, when like, an actor says something quicker, you know, I feel like it's the same thing when we saw Detective Pikachu, where, you know, when Ryan Reynolds just got snuck in that hole, like, and then he put their finger in me, like, that very, like, under your breath kind of, what the fuck did you just say kind of thing, and I feel like a lot of people miss it, and I'm always, like, the person who's just, like, you know, it's probably just so many years of watching South Park and those guys having that kind of humor, but anyway, yeah, like, who's my fucking, but yeah, those ladies were just really fucking annoying, like, they're just like, oh my god, that's so stupid, oh, that's the daughter, like, oh my god, you're right, you're sitting right next to one another, do you have to scream? Like, I wasn't in, like, the Dolby Theater, where, like, the sound is mad loud. Like, I was just in a regular fuck-off, like, room. Like, oh, God, I just hate... I understand, like, having a reaction to a movie, or being like, oh, shit, or be like, oh! You know, the thing that Paul does, you know? But, like, when you're having, like, I'm explaining the joke to you if you didn't get it, like... Also, I almost tripped over one of the bitches, like, food things, because of course they sat right by the aisle, and they were like, the aisle in front of me, but all the way at the edge, because I sit in the middle, because I'm that kind of person, and I go to, like, go down, and good thing I looked down, because then all of a sudden it was just, like, a pile of boxes. This movie was only 90 minutes long, do you need that much food? You know, like... Jesus Christ, man. Like, I had some nachos and a soda, you know? I didn't get a chance to get any snacks. Like, my plan was to get snacks because I had Midsummer, because it was a 2.5-hour movie. I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to need snacks and drink. But they opened the theater late. So, and they're like, sorry, we don't have concessions right now, guys. And I'm like, well, it's a movie. I can't miss it. Fine. So I starved a bit. Anyway. But yeah, it's like, do you need that much fucking... I'm not even talking about the movie right now. I'm just complaining about someone. But anyway, whatchamacallit? Like, again, it's a comedy, so it's like... I as much as I'm spoiled, like, going into spoilers, it's hard to talk more about a comedy, because... then you're just repeating jokes, and it's like, you really have to be there kind of thing, and then it's like not that funny, you know, when you see it, like, oh, okay, I see the joke in context now, okay, you know, it's like that, but it's like I said, it's a fun, dumb movie, I definitely enjoy it, it's one of those where, like, you know, I'm like, let me just put that on, you know, I got an hour and a half, let me just scrub the house, power wash it, you know, all 70 floors, because I have a big house. It's falling apart. But yeah, like, the chemistry between Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani was really good, because of course you got the, you know, the big guy, and then his, like, kind of, like, kind of thing. I don't know, like, again, I enjoyed it. There's really not much to say about it, because again, then I'm just repeating jokes and stuff. Oh, well, actually, because if I'm in the spoiler realm, what's her name? Is it Mira Sorvino? Or, I always get her and that other girl from American Pie mixed up all the time. I think it's Mira Sorvino, because her dad's the actor, opera singer guy. Let me see. Stuber. Gotta go on IMDb. But yeah, she's in it, and it's like, not a lot of well-known people are in the damn movie, and then she's suddenly in it. So of course, oh, Mira Sorvino, I was right. Okay, yeah. Which at first, when she first like showed up on screen, her hair was like very straight and like blondish, and I was like, Samantha Bee, because she had that Samantha Bee haircut. But yeah, not a lot of other like well-known people are in the movie, so I immediately were like, okay, he's a cop in the force, and he just lost his partner, who was Karen Gillan, which was kind of cool to see them like non-Guardians makeup, like in the beginning, and then like she dies, you know, trying to capture, you know, the big bad and all that stuff, which is why like 6 months later he's kind of where he is now. But his like boss is Mira Sorvino, and I was just like, she's a crooked cop. I was like, this bitch is a crooked cop, because I was like, there is no other well-known people in this movie, and Karen Gillan already died, and then the only other well-known person, I guess if you know like the Raid movies, is the guy, you know, whatchamacallit, from the Raid movies, and he's the big bad. So like everyone else is just like, who the fuck are these people? So I was like, okay, she's a crooked cop, because it's like, it's one of those things, you knew that they were gonna try to pin something on Dave Bautista because he's just a big guy. So they're like, of course he's the asshole with the tats and he's just big and angry, you know? Like, I don't know how that feels. Like, I've never had a job that tried to blame the big person just because they're big. But anyway, like, she is like the crooked cop and all that stuff, which, again, no surprise. But yeah. I don't know what else to say. Oh, my phone's downstairs. Oh my god, my phone was in my fucking, oh god, pocket the whole time. And I just hit my dry erase board. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, well, so it starts off with the Maleficent sequel, which I'm like, I'll just wait for it to come on, like, video or something. I'll stream it when it comes out, because I'm just like, I don't care. The only thing that got me with the trailer was that towards the end, you see her with like an outfit. I was like, I can see a lot of queens trying to replicate that outfit, you know, because you already got them wings and them horns, and then she's got like an outfit, you know, and you're like, okay. So I really don't care. Then it's the Terminator, and then there's the Rambo trailer, which I'm like, all right, man, like, because you ended your Rocky franchise, so I guess you're in your Rambo franchise, which hopefully this one's better than the last Rambo movie, the one that, like, no one cared, or not no one cared, but, like, people saw it and they're like, yeah, that was dumb. Then it was The Kitchen, which is a movie that takes place in the 70s. It's got Melissa McCarthy, Elizabeth Moss, I almost said Moss, and Tiffany Haddish, and they're like three ladies that are gonna like take over the world. They're like lady mobsters, and it's good to see, you know, Melissa McCarthy in like a more serious role, because she can act. Like, that's kind of gets me out. It's like, Melissa McCarthy can act, and she's gonna be like a tough bitch in this one, and it's like, yes, she's funny and all, but, like, go with that. Like, be that bitch, you know? Like, you would do really well in that role. It's like when, you know, like, what's her face? Like, when Emily Blunt was, like, starting to do, like, action movies and not be, you know, like, that girl in, like, Devils Wear Prada. Like, I was like, be that bitch, you know? Anyway, after that is It's a movie with Brad Pitt. It's the space movie. It's like, hey, I fixed the space station, now you're like under investigation because there's like a special like satellite, there's a thing, government secrets, something, you know. Oh, also your dad was lost in space, BT dubs, he's not your dad's Tommy Lee Jones. I don't know, like, I like a space movie, but I don't know about this one, you know. Then it's the Red Band trailer for Good Boys, which is, it's like Seth Rogen's people, and it's like super bad if it was in middle school, you know, because it's like super bad obviously was high school. So if this was middle school and it's like three like tween boys just cussing and all that stuff, so the trailer was just a lot of them like, you know, like, oh, we're gonna go to our middle school dance and like we gotta learn how to kiss and like shit like that, and just them like, again, cussing up a storm and accidentally looking up gangbang porn, and just being like, how many husbands does she have? And it's like, oh my god. Yeah. Then it's, oh, I wrote down Red Band, once upon that shit. But yeah, Once Upon a Time Hollywood, then it's Red Band for Ready, that hide-and-seek movie with people and stuff and things. But yeah, that's Stuber. Again, if you've gotten this far, please support my Patreon, because I put work in progress stuff of the artwork, the crazy costume stuff, and my effects makeup shit that I do that you see in, my makeup videos and then my convention vlogs. So if you want to see how I make that shit and how I come to it, please just drop like $1 a month and then you can support me and my madness. Alright, Stuber.